Hey, welcome. And in this lecture, we are going to be able to increment and also being able to decrement. Okay, now to do this, first of all, we have to create a function in order to increase our quantity. And also, we have to create a function in order to decrease our quantity. Now, to do this, first of all, we have to go to the models folder and then cart underscore attribute dot file. And over here, we can create a function void, and we can call this function increase, and we just want to increase the quantity by saying quantity plus plus. And now we have this error, and the reason for this error is because we can not longer make this a finer. We can just get rid of the finer. Okay, and now we can create a function void decrease decrease, and we want to be able to decrease by saying minus minus. Okay, great. And now we want to be able to use this function we have over here. To use this function, we can go to our provider folder and then cart underscore provider. Then over here, within the cart provider class, we can then create another function again to make it cleaner. Void, and this time around, we can say increment, because this is going to be the final function. And now we need access to this class. We need us, sorry, yeah, we need access to this class over here called card attribute. So what we can easily just do to have access to that class within the function, within the parentheses, we can say it is a type of the card attribute, and we can call this card attribute, and then we can say card attribute this variable over here, and we can have access to the increase. And remember, whenever you create a function within the provider, it is always needful to add the notify listener, and this will basically listening for changes we are making. And also, the reason why we have to pass in this is so whenever we call this increment function, we then have to pass in the actual cart item we want to remove. Okay, so over again, we can say void, and we can call this decrement. And over here, we have to pass in the cart attribute and cart. You can easily just copy and paste. And this is going to be cart attribute, then dot decrease, and again, notify listener. Okay. And we want to be able to use this function finally. And remember, in order to use this, we first need to have access to this cart provider class, because this function is within the cart provider class. And fortunately, we already have that within the, sorry, we already have that within the cart screen. And over here, this is going to be for the minus. We can then say underscore cart provider, then dot. This is going to be decrement. And now it is asking for the item we want to remove. And over here, remember we have this variable called cart data, and we are accessing item, each cart item by their index. So over here, we can easily just pass in that cart data variable. Okay, cart data. So we want to remove that item based on the indents. So we want to decrement the item based on the indents. And over here, we can see underscore cart provider, then dot increment and cart data again. And this is basically it. And let's try to see if this is going to work as we expect. Wait for this, wait for this, wait for this, and click on this. Okay, it is working as we expect. So I need two of this product, but I made a mistake. I'm just going to decrement this. Okay, so everything is working as we expect. Okay, everything is working as we expect. I think we got this overflow error over here. So what we can do is we can increase the width to maybe 115, so to make it much more wider. Wait for this, wait for this. Okay, got a bit wider, and everything is working as we expect. We are able to increment, and also we are able to decrement, and we are able to decrement more than zero. But we should be able to we should be able to disable the function whenever we are below one. Okay, and currently everything is working. So we were able to add to cart, display the item, and now we are able to increment and also decrement. So everything is working totally as we expect, right? Okay, see you in the next lecture.